Their meeting in Super Bowl 49 was thrilling. What's in store here? The Pats and Seahawks are underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading him out is their 6'3" quarterback, the third overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is. Able to keep the feet in bounds.
Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Elijah Arroyo with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0.
Patriots nothing.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his 2nd NFL season, already getting his chance. We harken back to Dan Marino. Another superstar made it in his 2nd year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now a 3rd and 6. The slot man in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, New England.
May going to give it to Henderson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
Here's May. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 15. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to throw, Darnold. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Here's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Now it's Darnold. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Throwing again is Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
Play action. It's Darnold. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Saints back at the 31. Milton Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Now Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. It's the Seahawks on top here early. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. First carry here for Ken Walker. Pushing through the contact. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact. Darnold now to throw. Pass caught, Arroyo right side. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He'll try to do it himself. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
First down and goal to go.
Here's Darnold. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Walker once more. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football. But on 3rd down in today's game, I expect...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Arroyo, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers kicking off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. To throw, it's May. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. They'll come up now, 3rd and 9. They'll throw with May. Going deep for Diggs. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Bryce Berringer now. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And taken right on the 30. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Jack Gibbons on the coverage.
Darnold. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just scared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 4th down, Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. is May. They set up the screen for Henderson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To the air, May. Complete, Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
13 yards. First down, Patriots.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, May. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's May. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
Well, if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple. To throw is Darnold. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, finding Smith-Njigba. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Again, Darnold. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. There's that man again. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
And here we go on fourth. Donald. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A.J. Barner from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks will extend their third-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Now Myers for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's May. That's complete. Travion Henderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Short pass caught by Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Douglas, the man in motion. Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw on play action. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that will bring up 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and...
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Douglas. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Bryce Barringer in formation for the Patriots.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Back to throw, Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 4. From the 50, it's Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Throwing again is Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 45.
Here's Darnold. Smith-Njigba to the ground. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 6.
Now it's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Now Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Seahawks 1st down.
Darnold to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And he's got it. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal.
A 2-yard pickup brings up third and goal.
Darnold. Touchdown! Elijah Royal with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 28-0.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The Pats at the line ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
The 22-yard line.
To throw, it's May. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken right around the 44. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Darnold down to throw. He finds Smith and Jigba. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Seahawks.
Here's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell ready to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Seattle Seahawks. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.